Morning, Azeroth. Broadcasting live from the Trade District of Stormwind.
Hey, who enrolled an arcane relay through the coffee pot again?
Coffee's done.
Hang on. I think we got it.
This is Azeroth Morning Radio. Warcraft for the rest of us.
And good Tuesday morning, everybody. Welcome. This is Azeroth Morning Radio.
Can I interest you in a new leg?
Well, you want one?
Where the hell did that one come from?
It's a Mechagnome. I don't know. It's one of their greetings. I love it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Folks, it's episode 15, and we are your hosts. My name is Jibbs. I'm joined by my better half. He hails as literally the worst jacuzzi maker on this side of Dornegal. His name is Kash.
No, he's the best one because I am running that auction house right now with my dwarven jacuzzis.
I love that. It's awesome.
Yeah, very excited. Hey, buddy, Happy New Year.
Yes, you caught me off guard. Yes, sorry, I was mid-drink. Happy New Year. Woo!
Happy New Year to everybody out there.
Yeah.
It's a new year. It's a new you.
That's right. For $29.95, 5 easy payments.
You too can have a life coach.
You too can have a goblin life coach.
Yeah, you can't afford me.
Oh, how's it going, buddy?
It's going good, man. I've had one hell of a week in World of Warcraft.
Yeah?
I gotta tell you.
Go on.
Yeah. So I was getting ready to kind of sew some things up because pre-patch is coming soon. And I figured, I probably should take a look at that War Within meta achievement and see the things that I can finish up. Because I probably have maybe one or two things to finish up. Not the case, buddy. Not the case. I had a bunch of stuff to do, and I thought I'd been playing enough World of Warcraft to be close. Mm-hmm. But man, when you look at that list of achievements for the meta achievement, it's gnarly.
Yeah.
Tons of stuff. So I quickly figured, I started working on it, and then I quickly figured out it was going to be a long haul to complete. So I looked at some other things that I could do, in particular, one of which I wanted to do because of the title you get for it. And it's such a cool title. And this particular event is defeating Kaiveza. And I know you know what I know, that you know that you know that I know what I know.
Wait, you both tried to kill her? Are you nuts? She's psychotic.
Because we tried to do this together with a group last night. So if you don't know what this is the Delve achievement that you get for killing Kaiveza solo. Or you kill her, she's just a boss basically, and you have to go in there and kill her. And you can do it either on a single question mark difficulty or a double question mark difficulty. And I guess you can say, as a group, we learned. We learned how difficult it is to kill her on double question mark. Now, granted, it scales when you're in a group. So I think after, I don't know, maybe 40 wipes, you think?
It was a lot of deaths, dude.
It was expensive, I'll tell you that much. Maybe after about 40 wipes or so, we kind of all were like, I don't think this is going to happen. But we started to figure out some of the mechanics. We watched a video, and very difficult to do in a group. But we kind of all went our separate ways and made significantly more progress doing it solo once you kind of know the mechanics. I actually went through and finished it on the single question mark last night. I was able to get that one, and I felt significantly better moving into the double question mark, but did not get to clear it. And the reason being that we wanted to do that, we started talking about it, was that you get the title of Contract Killer.
Yeah.
Which is such a that's one of the better titles that I've heard in Warcraft.
Yeah, easily. Hands down. Without a doubt. I tell you what, if there's there's a real part of me that's kind of missing a melee class, just a little bit. I'm feeling it. I know it's there. It's just like bubbling under the surface. I'm getting an itch to play some kind of melee, trying to fight it. The moment I saw that contract killer title, I'm just like, oh man, that is a title of titles for a rogue, if I've ever seen one.
It is. It is the ultimate title for a rogue. And it's funny that you say that, because I was like, I'm going to concentrate on this until pre-patch.
Oh,
I think I'm going to do it because it goes away in pre-patch. But I've done very difficult achievements like this before. And it's not that I'm a good player. It's just that I am a creature of repetition.
Mm-hmm.
So if I focus on it and I do it over and over and over and over again, eventually I might get it. But this one's really hard. Do you remember doing in Elder Scrolls Online, Maelstrom Arena?
Never forget it.
So challenging. It's solo experience and you get really good drops out of this thing, but it is incredibly difficult, very mechanics heavy. And it took me weeks to get it. And then I was able to eventually go get it on veteran mode in that game, which was very difficult. But I see this a lot like that, these challenges.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man, nice pull. Yeah. And you know what? Unless there's, I'm totally doing this off the cuff, so there may be stuff like this already in the game. It's stuff like that Maelstrom Arena, like you talk about. It's like, and for those who don't know, it's like what Kash said. It's mechanic heavy. Think of it like quote unquote rounds of combat. And each stage is a different mechanic you're having to deal with, and you're kind of going up the ladder. Everything from like circular, like chainsaws rotating around the room. It's just like kind of like raid mechanics, but you're doing it solo. I would love to see something like that in Warcraft. I'm gonna be honest with you, but I tell you, yeah, that lady. Like when I'm not a huge fan of Bran at this point, and mainly it's because too much of a good thing is a bad thing. You know what I mean? And so when we go in there, and even Bran's like, and he literally says this, "Hey, are you sure this is a good idea?"
Yeah, like this is a bad idea. Yeah, it is. And like he taunts you when you die.
Yeah.
Well, I'm okay with that in Delves because I don't die in Delves very much. But this one is like every 45 seconds, he's telling you about how you need a better strategy. And I'm like, dude, I am about to backhand a bee if you say that one more time, dude.
The other thing he was doing was he was all bugged out. So like we wouldn't even be in there to initiate the start of this fight. And he just takes off.
Yeah.
And beelines in there for whatever reason and does it repeatedly.
Who knew he was a demon hunter?
Yeah, right. Oh, gosh, that should be the name of the episode, Brain the Demon Hunter. Oh, my gosh, yeah, I tell you. But, yeah, that was crazy. That was fun.
Yeah.
And that is, man, it's funny you bring this up because this morning, before I started my day-long adventure and my Warcraft duties, there was a guy just standing right there, and I'm pretty sure he was a rogue, contract killer. I'm just like, oh, cool.
Yeah. So anyway, folks, if you see that title around town, that is mad respect for the person that is rocking that title, because she is not easy to kill on double question marks. And just go in there and just try it for the laugh. Even if you don't want to get the achievement, try it for the laugh, because as soon as you aggro her, as you start learning the mechanics, you will be dead in about 2 seconds flat. Everything she does, if she hits you, is a one shot.
It's one of those things where it's like, I almost feel like if I was 20 years younger, way more twitchy, way more like FPS-y than I used to be back in the day, I feel like I may have a good chance, a really good chance. But I tell you what, dude, you're having to make split-second decisions, and I'm like, this is not casual friendly. Like, yeah.
Oh, it's definitely not casual friendly.
Oh my gosh, no, it's crazy.
You have to snort a line of coke and smoke some meth and then go do it. Don't do those things. Don't do those things. This is a family show, and those things are bad. Okay.
AMR does not condone drug use.
What have you been up to, bud?
It's been a busy week. I finished Blood Ties from Christy Golden. I finished the book last night. I couldn't put it down. I'm like, I need to finish this. Oh man, I'm not going to give any spoilers, but well done, Christy. Well done. You did. You crushed it. You crushed it in my heart. It was good. It was good. And then let's see what else. Oh, I made around 300K-ish in gold this week. It was either 200 to 300K in gold. It was a lot. It was a lot of gold. The market's kind of recovered. And then...
That's dirty, buddy. That is dirty money right there.
Yeah, it was pretty profitable. But like as everything was going well, people just gutted the market just because they keep putting things under, like it. Spoiler, folks, you don't have to adjust the coin literally at all. Like you literally just put it up and it'll put you at the lead, and then everyone walks away with more money. You know what I mean? Like everyone's going to make more, but people just keep gutting it, and it's gotten to a point where it's just not recoverable at this point. And so I'm earning every bit of 3,000 to 4,000 less on a single item now. But anyway, I did that. Oh, and then today I got a burr up my butt and made a add-on in World of Warcraft that's as of right now pending on CurseForge.
Oh, okay. That you might have led with that.
Let me rephrase that. Me and ChatGPT spent the 8 solid hours together troubleshooting, designing, and working through an add-on that is pending right now, as of right now. So
okay. Again, were we going to leave it there, or are you going to okay. What is it?
All right. So it's funny that Kash brings up ESO because that was kind of our bread and butter for many years before many other things. And there's a feature in that game that allows you to lock an armor piece so you don't accidentally sell it. You don't accidentally vendor it. You don't misclick, whatever. And I've always wanted something like that. And today I was just sitting there and I'm like, you know what? I've heard of people designing, like using AI for coding before. I'm like, screw it. Let's go do it. Let's just go see what happens. 8:30 in the morning. Okay. It's 8:30 in the morning. And it finished till 3:45 in the afternoon. But anyway, so I started, and it is called S.N.A.R.K. It's all one word. And essentially what it does is if you have any items set up in your equipment manager as a set. So I always I have a PvE set for when I'm PvEing, and if I'm PvPing, I have a PvP set. So both of those things are always, like, one of those sets of items are just sitting in my bags, right? And you always have to be cognizant of, oh, I don't want to delete this or that sort of thing, right? Well, what my add-on does, this is crazy, I'm even saying that out loud, is it will gray out those items that are a part of an equipment set that you've made in your inventory. So you can no longer, if you are in a vendor, if you mouse over that item, it will not even let you sell it. It holds it there. And so it basically protects you from selling your items, and you no longer have to worry, literally ever, about it. It's like a set it and forget it, legitimately. Now, there are a few issues. Like when you come out of an instance, I found your items will not be grayed out for you. So it's like you have to swap your set back and forth. So that's obviously something that'll have to get updated. And then there's a few other things. I took off the mini-map button because it was proving too difficult to get the image and the icon correct. So you literally just type /setlock and it enables it. And that's honestly all you need. And the other thing is that if however it locks your items in your inventory, like that's where they're locked forever, unless you like turn the add-on. So unless you turn it off, like de-enable it or turn it up, whatever the right term is. So /setlock, and then turns itself off, and then you can move those great items around, but it legitimately will lock those into your inventory. So you no longer have to worry about stuff, which is great. It takes a load off my shoulders because I'm always scared, always nervous. Yes, it lists on the tooltip like equipment set, and then whatever you have it listed as, but I've always felt like that's something that ESO did that I would love to see Warcraft do, because it makes sense in a big, big way. And honestly have equipment bags that are just your sets or within bags themselves that are not a part of your main inventory. I would love to see them add that. But anyway, this is kind of like a band-aid on that problem, and it works. So
very interesting. And this is live and new news to me, friends, because I've had a very busy few days at work and have not been able to really talk to Jibbs very much. So I had no idea this was happening other than just a quick mention of it. And I was like, oh, cool. You're trying to figure out add-ons. Neat. And then blammo.
Yeah, it's there.
It's on CurseForge.
Yeah. Hopefully they approve
Holy
it.
moly.
Yeah, I'm just kind of waiting at this point. But again, it is Setlock, all one word. So give it a try. Of course, I'm looking for feedback. I'm not a coder. I'm trying to learn like this as long as I troubleshoot because I'm in editing code and stuff. But yeah, hopefully it helps a lot of people. But anyway,
well done, bud.
Thank you. Well, this week on the show, folks, we have a hero's call that returns with hilarious new content creators we think you might enjoy. Introduce you to our brand spanking new AMR for 2026, which includes lore lessons. That's starting up today. We prep you for the January 20th pre-patch in AMR style, and we help guide you in WoW with your emails and so much more. But before we get to the commercial break, folks, we need to have a sit down because there's something that you need to know about. So we talked about lore lessons, right? Well, before we get rolling, we want to take a quick second to introduce something that's new that we're really excited about here, which we've already said, and that is lore lessons. And before anyone panics, no, this is not turning into a lore show. No, it's not turning into a 7-hour lore lecture podcast at all.
Friends, I think the message that we were trying to deliver during our Late Watch show last week was that we are storytellers at heart. And we really have always been there in loving to bring the story of your game to you. So whether it's news, characters, or strange goblin things, we absolutely love the stories of Warcraft. But we also know that there's something that is very, very important that we've learned through trial and error over the years. A lot of people are either not interested or do not have time for deep dives or multi-hour lore breakdowns. So we're not going to do that to you. So the way that we've designed our lore lessons is they are short, focused, and tell a story in a cinematic way that hopefully brings the story to life for you. We are calling that drive-by lore. We're giving you the good stuff without the homework. So the way we're going to do it is we're going to start this at the very beginning of the Warcraft timeline. We're not starting at expansions. We're not starting with factions. We are starting at creation, the light, the void, and the stuff that everything in Azeroth is built upon.
Yeah, so each episode is going to be designed, like Kash said, easy to follow. Even if lore isn't your thing, you don't need to know names. You don't need a wiki open, so you can just literally sit back and relax and enjoy yourself. But most importantly, we're making these because we genuinely love doing it. And this is the kind of thing we want to hear your comments on, like while you're making coffee.
So it doesn't matter if you're a lore nerd. It doesn't matter if you're just somebody who wants to understand why Azeroth is the way it is. Here we go. We hope you enjoy this as much as we've enjoyed creating it. So, as every good teacher says, all right, class, let's begin. Welcome, traveler. Every tale has a beginning, but ours begins before beginnings were even possible. Before stars, before worlds, before the idea of life could take shape. There were only two forces. The light, a radiant expanse of warmth and purpose, endlessly stretching, endlessly building. It was creation in its purest form. Order without restraint. And opposing it, the void. Cold, hungry, infinite in its own way. A realm of shadow that whispered possibilities and devoured certainty. Where the light sought to define, the void sought to unravel. These forces did not simply clash. They danced. Their collisions birthed the first sparks of reality. Pockets where neither light nor void fully dominated. And in these rare, fragile spaces, the great dark beyond took shape. Within this vast new expanse, storms of matter swirled. Worlds formed and shattered. Magic pooled into rivers of raw possibility. And somewhere amid the chaos, something unexpected began to stir. World souls. Unborn titans slumbering within the hearts of planets, absorbing the energies of creation. Each one a cosmic giant, waiting to awaken. Beings destined to shape existence itself. Most slept for eons, but eventually, one opened his eyes. A presence, vast and aware. A titan, rising from his cradle of stone and starlight, gazing into the endless dark and realizing he was utterly, profoundly alone. This was Amanthul, the first to awaken. The one who would search the cosmos for others like him, and in doing so, give birth to the Titan Pantheon. But that, traveler, is a story of its own. On our next lore lesson, we leave the sweeping canvas of creation and focus on the Titan who stood at its center, the Highfather himself.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that first lore lesson. That was fun. You did a good job on that.
You wait with bated breath to see if people liked it or not.
We'll find out in 4 days. Oh, gosh. Well, folks, let's get started with the Heroes Call.
Heroes Call. Exciting week in Azeroth, friends, and part of the reason why is because Kash has found his very favorite new World of Warcraft parody channel on pretty much everything that's out there. I have found this creator on pretty much everything. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, X. The name of this genius of a content creator is Baron's Boys. And if you have not found Baron's Boys, do yourself a freaking favor. He is hilarious with what he is building. So it's described, Baron Boys is described as 2 Horde, 1 camera in Azeroth, and a Warcraft fan comedy. Jibbs is already laughing because these are amazing, you guys. So the whole premise of this thing is a troll rogue. Not a very good troll rogue, and not much bravado in this rogue, but my gosh, you experience this troll rogue's exploits in Azeroth with his buddies. One of them is an undead warlock named Dennis, and there's it looks like an orc warrior named Frank. Absolutely hilarious. It's fully AI created, live action, so it looks super crisp. It's very, very well done. But they're live action reels, and they're, like I was talking about, they're on, just about every social media outlet there is. But insanely funny, very creative. I think that what I noticed right off the bat, and what I think Warcraft players are going to notice right off the bat, instant recognition of the humor. Small little Easter eggs in there, things that only a Warcraft player would recognize and appreciate. The Jamaican accent on the troll rogue is so on point. And I say this because I have, for almost my entire life, been a massive reggae fan. So I've heard Rastafarians speak, like right in front of me when I would go to shows, still go to shows with buddies. And my gosh, it is absolutely uncanny, this the Jamaican accent, and just the verbiage that is used is so troll, and it's so Jamaican. It's just fantastic. If you watch World of Warcraft content out there, I'm sure you have seen many memes and many channels out there that are super slapstick when it comes to Warcraft. But I'm telling you, this one is a 100% must watch. Some of the things that really drove me to becoming a true fan of this guy, he will answer all of his comments to his videos with Rastafarian tone and accent. You can read it in what he's writing, and it is just so damn good. Barron's Boys, I don't know if it's just one of you. I don't know if it's a team of you that is doing this, but insanely ingenious. And I absolutely love it. You cannot appreciate it until you look this up. It's fantastic. Please keep it going, because it brings a smile to my face every time a new video comes up. You can see all their stuff, and you can even throw them a tip at their website, at their link tree at any one of these social media outlets. You can see that, and there's also a Discord community from what I understand. So I know we're going to reach out. It's just fantastic. I wanted to make sure that you guys knew this 100% Heroes Callboard stuff, because this is a community creation that is just so dang good.
Yeah, they have 14,000 subscribers already. Their most recent reel is 31,000 views. It's so funny.
He's blowing up, and he knows what he's got. Like, he has comedic gold. So please, if we can have our folks, I want this guy to blow up, because he needs to. He's doing such great work.
I love it. That's awesome. Yeah, I can't wait to see stuff like that. Can't wait, indeed. See more stuff like that. That's what I should say, because it's hilarious, and I've watched them.
It's very good. Okay, second thing for Heroes Callboard. Jibbs pointed a video out to me this week, and I watched it and absolutely fell in love with it, because it was super, super funny. Another hilarious content creator out there. So this one is a video on YouTube entitled "The Most Popular Faction, Race, Class, and Specs Going into Midnight," and it's created by Stephen Hero. I'm pretty sure it's Stephen Hero. If it's Stephen Hero, then I apologize, but it's STEPHEN Hero. Now, in short, this was a ton of research done to find out what's hot and what's not in retail World of Warcraft. So a ton of sources were used here by Stephen, and those included Warcraft logs, MMO populations, WoW meta, Raider.io, and a whole bunch of other analysis from Wowhead and Reddit. He also used raid logs, Mythic Plus participation, achievement tracking, character creation stats, etc. Sounds like a massive project, because Blizzard holds a lot of these numbers close to their chest, but people have the ability to go out and get some of this information, and this gentleman did. So it really makes it a lot of fun. So we're going to go through some stats here that I loved. He does it in a super comedic way, which, again, if you're a World of Warcraft player, and you have been for some time, you'll get a lot of his humor with this stuff. So, top factions. Now, where historically it has been the Horde dominating player populations, the overall stats in competitive PvP and PvE suggest that the Alliance is on the rise, Jibbs.
No kidding. Okay, dude, we have percentages? Do they give us percentages?
57% Alliance, 43% Horde.
You know why that is? I'll tell you why that is. This is me being jaded for a minute. Because, yeah, it's always been Horde. I bet you it's because Shadow Meld's racial has been growing so popular over the PvP crowd the last probably, 2 years now?
Yeah, it has. I'm not going to... You can't deny it that Shadow Meld is freaking priceless.
Amazing.
And yeah, it's amazing. So if you don't know what Shadow Meld is, friends, it is a Night Elf ability that basically allows you to go into stealth even when you're in combat and drop threat. Like, it's pretty... I don't want to say overpowered. It's amazing. So... And that's probably why there's so many Night Elves that are out there as well.
Honestly, it's cool.
But then, if you move, you lose it, but it's an excellent racial.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's awesome, to be honest with you. I love cool racials on any of the races, and so, yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if that's part of the reason why.
Okay, more stats. What do you think the most played race in 2025 was?
Night Elf.
Good guess, but wrong. Believe it or not, contrary to our last stat, Blood Elves.
Really?
Yes. Huh. Blood Elves are the hottest player race out there. It's probably because they're so damn good looking.
That's interesting. I wonder why that is. I would never have expected Blood Elves. I mean, clearly it should have been Kultirans, but, Blood Elves, I get it,
Kulturians are linebackers. Blood elves are just really, 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 really good looking.
It's true. Ridiculously good looking.
Okay, this one might be a little easier. The least played race.
Earthen.
Yeah, well, yeah, they're a little tough to look at and, talk to.
Wow. That was incredibly earthist. Yes. So between the earthen and the mechagnomes, those are the least played
Are you
race.
serious? That was a joke. Yeah, they really are that low? The newest race is that low?
Like in the in the tens of percentage points.
Holy cow. Wow. Yeah, I'll be honest, I was never really I thought they were cool going into it, but the more I got into the expansion, the less and less I just felt like I connected with them. Like on a personal level, I'm just like, yeah, I think I'm good. I wonder if other people felt the same way. I did not see that coming.
Turns out most people feel that way.
Wow.
Okay, give me a ratio. I want to know how many people you think play tank versus DPS.
Oh gosh, it is easily 75% DPS, if not more.
Close.
80.
1 tank for every 10 DPS.
That tracks.
Does that track?
No, that tracks 100%. Yep.
It totally tracks. Okay, so here's another one. The most popular allied race on Alliance realms, more than some core races, are Void Elves. Most popular allied race.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah. This is on Alliance realms. So
yeah, I'm not shocked by that.
Okay.
They have great racials.
Okay, so meta realms. Top race for the meta realms are trolls due to their berserking racial ability, which is also very powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Everybody love a troll, brother. Okay. What do you feel is consistently the most played Alliance race on U.S. realms?
Human.
Nailed it.
Yeah. Human.
Nailed it.
That tracks.
Yeah, it is human. Okay. So here, this one's easy. 15 to 20% of the population on all realms. What is the most played race? We already said it.
Blood elves.
Blood elves.
Yeah.
Yep. This one made me happy. What race do you think is the most popular class, or what class is the most popular on RP realms? Here's the giveaway. And gathering realms due to its certain type of flight form.
Not going to read that word. Yeah, druids, baby.
The druids. Yep. Druids for sure. Okay. Number 1 race played in PvP all around.
Night elf.
Night elf. Yep. For sure. 22% on that one, which is pretty high. Okay. This is where it gets into stuff that you kind of already know, but it's still quite interesting to actually see the stats. We'll go through the top 5. Top 5 most played classes according to this video. Number 1, Jibbs.
Paladin.
Of course. This surprised me, but it's still kind of up there because there's literally 4 specs for this class. But Druid is number 2. Number 3 is Hunter, and we won't use the vernacular for World of Warcraft hunters on this show. Number 4 is Shaman, and number 5, Warrior.
Yeah, it goes down from there.
Probably Fury. I would imagine it's probably Fury.
Yeah.
But okay. So as we go down here, let's talk about the most popular specs. Not surprising, number 1 and number 2. Number 1, Retribution Paladin.
Yeah. I mean,
of course.
It's such a flashy spec, and it's honestly such an easy spec to pick up. I'm not really shocked by that. And I loved playing Rep Paladin for years. I get it. I really do. 100% get it.
Okay, so with Rep Paladin being the number 1 most popular spec, I'm not even going to give you a half a guess at the second most popular spec.
It's probably Hunter related.
Particularly...
Oh, it's got to be BM. I bet it's BM.
Yeah, set it and forget it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Set it and forget it. Beastmaster Hunter all day long.
Yeah.
This one also didn't surprise me. Number 3 most popular spec is Havoc Demon Hunter. And number 4 being the Fury Warrior, which we talked about, of course, Fury. And then number 5 is Balanced Druid. So anyway, guys, this video was fantastic. I loved the humor in it. I loved the fact that he sourced everything and seemingly put a lot of work into coming up with a lot of these specs. Finished the video off with a couple of pretty funny things. And the first one was, if you want to be a basic B, just roll a Blood Elf Ret Paladin and you're good. You are plenty good. Just Blood Elf Ret Pally, you're good to go. And then the second one, which I know we've talked about this a little bit before, and the downfall of this particular class and spec. If you want to sit in queue for hours by yourself, just roll an Alliance Drakthir Augmentation Evoker. And you're pretty much guaranteeing yourself that you're going to be solo for a minute.
Man.
So
it's a shame.
Yeah, I know. It brings a whole other conversation about player utility or class utility in there.
Support roles, baby.
Support roles.
Yep.
Yeah, which I know we've talked about before, and I'm sure at some point we're going to talk about it again. But so Steven ends this video with the only true bad character in World of Warcraft is, or the only true bad character choice in World of Warcraft is rolling a character that you don't enjoy and then you blame somebody else for it. So the takeaway really is play what you want to play. All specs are valid, despite tier lists. Play what you want to play. We're just joking about the last two, about the Blood Elf Ret Pally and the Augmentation Evoker. Play what you want. Play what's fun to you. There is content for you, and you're fully viable. So anyway, huge thank you to Stephen Hero for putting that video together. The video, again, is entitled The Most Popular Faction, Race, Class, and Specs Going into Midnight.
Breaking news. Brought to all of yous by the Goblin News Network.
Bum, bum, bum. I feel like, what was that? What was that commercial? I feel like that was it? That wasn't Apple. I don't know. I'll figure it out when it's not important. Macintosh? No, I don't know. All right. Anyway, so folks, Midnight I'm thinking out loud apparently while we're recording this. Midnight pre-patch and expansion overview. What's coming next for World of Warcraft? This coming to us from wowhead.com. Now, folks, this dropped kind of like when we were in between our, like a regular episode. Then we had AMR Late Watch, the first live show ever last week. And so this kind of came released during that time. So we're going to kind of cover some of the high points here because you already know about this. Most of you probably already do. So Blizzard has fully outlined what's coming in the Midnight pre-patch and expansion launch, and this is one of the most system-heavy transitions World of Warcraft has ever attempted. So here's how the timeline shakes out right now. As of today, Midnight pre-patch is January 20th. So that means all the core systems and gameplay changes. The stuff that you're looking at for like user interface and your transmog, that's going to see updates. Housing.
I can't believe how fast this is coming, bro.
I know. It's as
I'm looking at it right now, and I have like 2 weeks to get through Kaiveza.
I know.
It's
It is. And I think that a lot of other players feel that way for a lot of reasons. One being, I still think a lot of folks are still trying to decide their main for no less of a reason than the way the classes are going to shake out. Because when this happens on January 20th, these updates are happening at that point. Like, we're getting all those class updates, right? So it's just like, unless you have been on the beta, I think this is the one time, truthfully, probably for you, I'm speaking just for you and I, the one time we have been in a disadvantage to not have played that beta, to see those class changes and feel them and kind of get an understanding what we're going into, just because it's such an unknown, you know? And I wonder how many other people could say the same, like they're still trying to decide, you know?
Yeah, and I know how you and I usually do stuff. We don't like spoilers too much, but
right.
You know, I couldn't foresee us in the future diving into more beta content. You know, just to be responsible for delivering accurate news, good news. But then again, like I'm not sitting here speculating on how things are going to be. I'm just going to be kind of dumb to it and just wait to see how it turns out. I don't plan on changing my main regardless.
The rogue's not tickling your ivories, huh? Or
there's 100%. There's zero doubt.
Yeah, I know.
There's zero doubt that rogue is not tickling things and that my hunter is not making valves open and close in my body. Because it is.
I know.
It totally is. I personally cannot go back and forth. I would have to pick one because I can't do dailies and weeklies on 3 different characters.
Yeah.
I don't have the time
to
do it. As much as I would want to, I just don't have the time to do it. So where I don't plan to change from Resto Druid, and it's a good problem to have. It's a good problem to have when you're looking at other classes thinking, man, that looks fun. And I look at them all in that same way.
Yep.
But I just have a couple that really stick out to me. And one is the rogue. The other is my of course, my BM hunter.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe beta is in our future for future patches.
I think if it's major classes like that, changes like that, I think that's probably something I could see us testing truthfully, because like it means something to us to be able to experience it alongside the rest of the community, you know, like it's just as, and those episodes that come afterward are pretty staple episodes. You'll hear it in our voice. But I think if it's class related, definitely, because I mean, I'm right there with you. I am so right there with you. And honestly, truthfully, at its core, I doubt I'd be this rattled if housing didn't completely change me in Warcraft. Literally. It feels like forever or permanently. I play the game so wildly different now. Wildly different. And I have no desire to go back to kind of like how I used to play it. And, you know, part of that, I say that because my gameplay loop now is honestly very cozy, very chill, unless we're trying some like crazy thing, like trying to go get contract killer or, honestly, I find healing arenas pretty chill. Like it doesn't really bother me too much. Every now and then I'll have a match. But for whatever reason, I've found I'm very proficient at healing in an arena setting. I could never do what you do, healing in a mythic setting. Or even a raid would make me nervous. But like for whatever reason, like I'm fine in arenas. But outside of that, like I'm very cozy, very chill. And a lot of these classes are seeing a lot of changes, you know? And I'm just like, man, oh man, how chill do I want to make it? you know? Yeah, and I feel you on that too. I think a lot of my gameplay, I went hard on housing right off the bat. Got my house to my house and my collections for home decor to a place that I was comfortable to cycle back to doing my weeklies and maybe work in the auction house a bit and doing some of those things, you know, just continuing to work on achievements and finish up rep and stuff that I need to finish up before pre-patch comes. But at the same time, like, this is a typical play session for me would be log in, check my mail to see what's sold, put a couple more items up for sale, and then just kind of dilly-dally around and work on some of the stuff that I want to finish up before pre-patch. And then our friends get on and they're like, hey, we're doing Gambit, you know, Mythic 20, you want to go? And then I go white knuckle it for the rest of the night and feel like a substandard player for the rest of the night. That's typically been my loop lately, but I love the way that you've been doing it because you are true to life. Like that is exactly what's going on with you. You've turned into Susie Homemaker, and I think it's kind of cool. Well, it's just been so fun. Like I've really endeavored to learn as many profession I'm trying. Well, actually, no, I'll tell you what I'm endeavoring to do. So your thing is to get contract killer. Honestly, my thing is to get every drop of decor that's available right now before pre-patch, and I'm so stinking close, so close. The hardest ones to get are the current patches because it requires a group for you to go do those things, you know? And I guess it does for Dragonflight as well. But yeah, it's just, yeah. I guess it's cool that you see that, to be honest. I haven't really ever thought about it. But yeah, man.
Yeah, but it is true. I mean, it totally is true. And when I joke about Mythics, like I'm nowhere near.
I really don't like them.
Near that high. And I'm still consider myself more of a casual player. So it's dabbling in, more challenging content is certainly stressful.
Yeah.
It's there. Again, Warcraft is as simple or as complex as you want it to be.
Yeah.
And that is the perfect example.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm glad that pre-patch is coming on January 20th, truthfully, because we really wanted that before the class changes, before midnight hits. And so we're definitely going to get that. And I bet you will see a lot of people shift. A lot of people change class. Don't blame them. Find what you play. We always say it. Forget meta. Forget tier lists. Those are the bane of any person who wants to stay on a single tune. Play what you love. Play what you love, what you connect with and what you enjoy. So
yeah, and what's nice is that they're giving us a week to play with your class before the pre-patch event shows up, which is called Twilight Ascension, and that's happening January 27th. Yep. So that's just a good choice.
Yep, absolutely. And by the way, folks, I've plugged this so many times, but if you can, read Blood Ties before this drops. Read it, because I tell you, I have a really strong inkling to what's probably going to happen in Last Titan now. I have a theory. I don't want to say it, but I think I know what's coming. And part of that book is a major, because I know when Christy wrote that, she had a lane she had to stay in for this. Like there were certain story beats they wanted them to say. They wanted her to go with. And I'm like, the writing's on the wall. Okay.
I love it. I'm going to probably audible that here within the next few weeks. Cause honestly, you would have until January 27th.
Yeah.
When the pre-patch event takes place to get caught up on the lore in between War Within and Midnight. Mm-hmm. So I think that's plenty of time to devour that book.
Yeah. And you know what? I bought a physical copy too, just cause I loved it so much. And I've kind of grown to become a Warcraft book hog and collector. And it's only like less than 400 pages. It's not a big book. It's not big at all. But so anyway, like you said, Twilight Ascension, January 27th, and then Midnight Early Access, February 27th, followed by the Midnight full launch on March 2nd. Now, don't forget, folks, if you did pre-order it, one of those tiers, you get it. I forget if it's all tiers or at least the second tier. You get early access. So that's that'll definitely be a thing as well. So yeah, so February 27th. I know we'll be in for the early access section. It'll be fun. It'll be a good time to cover. And yeah, like you said, I think you hit the nail on the head for this segment here. Like, I can't believe it's so soon.
Yeah, it is. And like, as we're doing the show, I'm like thinking in the Rolodex of my mind, Rolodex in old man's term. I'm thinking of all the things I have going on in my life. And I'm like, oh my God. Oh no. I'm gonna have to carve out some time.
Yep, definitely. Definitely. So there is that. Next up, updated class survival guide for Midnight Beta. Changes you need to know. So this again comes to us from wowhead.com. Folks, this article kind of got into the nitty gritty about a guide for your class. Like, just sections broke up based on spec for your class specifically. And we thought this would be a way to really help you understand to a certain extent what to expect for your role, for your spec going into Midnight. And so instead of us giving you all the numbers, the pluses, the minuses, none of that stuff, we went to our goblin staff. We gave them a task, which was scary enough to do already. And we had them kind of summarize it, kind of focused it down a little bit, quote unquote, casualized it for all of us. And so they brought their report. So we're going to read through this and see what they had to say. You want to take it?
Yeah. So Midnight isn't about making World of Warcraft easier. It is about making it less exhausting. So almost every class Blizzard has quietly sanded down the sharp edges of each of these classes. Every class got touched. Some inappropriately, but everyone got touched. So some of the rotations that were out there were very non-forgiving, and you forget a buff and you'll wipe. So they changed a lot of that stuff to come a little bit more in line with the changes that have been made to add-ons. So again, like tons of stuff. So for tanks, fewer surprise deaths. Warriors, paladins, death knights, they're all being tuned so the survivability feels a bit more predictable instead of just like, I hope the healer's paying attention. Tanks will still be managing their cooldowns, but you don't need, I guess it's less the need for add-ons to know when you're safe. Like boss timers are a little bit less. Now, the thing is, like, we're losing things like, dang, what's the dungeon one? So hard to remember things when you're on the spot.
DBM?
DBM. Yeah, thank you. DBM would like warn you when stuff's coming. You're not going to have to watch for when those things are coming. So it's definitely going to be some different gameplay. So for some of the different classes like demon hunters, rogues, and monks that are a little more like fast button pressing, twitch heavy, the pattern is the less upkeep you take, the more room you're going to have to recover if you mess up. So it's, oh man, again, like we've kind of fallen into the trap of saying that a lot of the classes are being dumbed down a little bit. No, the flow is being worked better. So the classes feel more engaging and more attractive to play. That's what I'm seeing anyway. So for casters, there were like Shadow Priest, Mages, Warlocks, Chamois. The rotations are being smoothed out. So it doesn't feel like if you fall out of rhythm, you're going to completely tank your rotation. You can kind of just, mess that one up. And then you re-enter the flow without the game basically being completely unforgiving to you and telling you that you suck at the game. So that's good. Changes to hunters and druids. So I don't know how much I feel too much about hunter specs needing to get changed other than maybe marksman and survival, because you literally can roll your head across the keyboard with Beastmaster and it's fun as hell. Druids, I think, on the other hand, especially boomies, that was a little bit more intensive with just a ton of things at once, like maybe too many stimuli at once, understanding how the class works and when certain things proc, you're using certain abilities. So for a lot of the folks out there who are very, very well skilled in this and have been playing boomies for a long time, you'll probably disagree with me, but I always felt like it was more of a challenge to play in that moon conform and under balanced druid without, it was hard to play it without some kind of jogger as to what you should be doing next. So whether that was, any of the various forms of add-ons that were available or still available to help you with your rotation, or the native rotation assistant in the game. So what they're doing is they're simplifying that a bit. They're making things kind of buried in one another so that when you use a skill, another skill is triggering to make those rotations a little more simple. The Evoker, which has for a long time been considered the canary in Blizzard's design. Aug still exists. So if you play augmentation, that's fantastic. Support is still real, this is great to hear from Blizzard that support is still a thing. They haven't abandoned the class, but Blizzard is not backing off the idea that not every spec needs to be about topping the meters. So we suspect this is intentional, because this could lead to exactly what we've been talking about, more support classes coming down the road, which would be freaking amazing. So I think the big picture to see here is that Blizzard is finding out that too much of WoW's difficulty came from some of the external tools that were out there. So by removing those external tools and tweaking the game to where they want it to be, it's going to make things more attractive. It's going to make classes more viable and fun to play with a fun gameplay flow. And I think that's a good thing.
Agreed.
S.N.A.R.K Online.
I don't know why. I shouldn't laugh at this point. We're 15 episodes in, we're grown men, but every time that bumper, I can't help but laugh.
Because farts are funny.
It's true. All right, so it's sped out today. For those of you who don't know, this is the Segment Navigator and Randomizer kiosk thing that Goblin's made for us and gives us our segments. And we have Mailbag Mayhem. All right, so this is the segment where we open your mail and answer it on the air. And this is fitting because we do have some emails. All right, so this first one to us from Spitfire. This is Greetings AMR. With the new year upon us soon and everyone starting new journeys, your show has convinced me to give World of Warcraft a try for the very first time in my life. However, it's admittedly pretty daunting with the sheer amount of time the game has existed for and the amount of content that comes with that. It's easy to feel like I'm coming in, quote, too late, and I've missed the boat all those years ago. That being said, I was hoping you guys could take some time to talk about how a brand new player would jump into World of Warcraft in this day and age. What should a newcomer expect? And what's the best way to approach the game without being totally lost? Is there such a thing as being too late to the party? As always, eternally grateful for your passion, positivity, and kindness you bring to the community. Your conversations make the game feel welcoming rather than intimidating, and they've genuinely inspired me to finally take that first step in Azeroth. Keep doing what you do. Looking forward to every episode. Your friend, Spitfire. Well, that was really nice.
Really nice. And greetings, Spitfire. Nice to see you, my friend.
Yeah.
I think I got a pretty decent perspective on this one just because of the fact that I have a family member that lives in this very house who has recently dove into World of Warcraft. And she's not really even a big MMO player. Spit, I know, has some experience with MMOs, quite a bit. So I would say no. I would say it's definitely not too late. And I didn't mean to like lazily go into my no. I certainly don't think it's too late to play World of Warcraft. They have tailored the new player experience, which is not perfect because I don't know how you could make it perfect and catch people up to what's going on. Aside from maybe some of the ideas that we talked about, you know, doing Lore Walker Cho, having the availability of Lore Walker Cho to kind of walk you through what each expansion has done. But catching up on 20 years lore is a daunting task anyway. I mean, that's a ton. But it's not different than any other large IP that's out there with 20 years of lore. And, you know, that one... Again, I'll go to Elder Scrolls. It's like there's so much lore there. It's nuts. Well, there's so much lore here that it's nuts. So I would say to answer this, you got to just take your time and just fall in love with the world. Some of the ways that you can do that, if you find a community can certainly help you with the mechanics part of the game and help to like direct you live as to what you need to do. If you happen to be a solo player, then I would definitely say take advantage of the newcomer channel, which is channel 6. And I know for a fact that both Jibbs and I have both joined that team. We both became newcomer helpers, which I think is great. I've been having a really good time. You know, you see newcomer chat, and once you do the thing, you become a newcomer helper, mentor. You see the chat all the time. People definitely ask questions in there, and there's always A, somebody that beats me to it, or B, an opportunity for me to make a new friend and help them out with something. So that is a really good resource to use if you're playing solo. I mean, you could use it regardless if you're playing with a group or you have a guild. It's great. But there's nothing that's going to beat being in a Discord with players who have played the game for a long time and are willing to answer those questions for you. But man, just take your time with it. There really is no hurry. There's so much time for you to get in there and just play the game at your speed, play through the things that you want to play through. And when the game is trying to direct you to new stuff, you can always just say no and stay where you're at. Like my daughter, we leveled her pretty quick because we wanted to, it wasn't that we did it on purpose, but we wanted to start getting her some gear, getting her used to playing in some dungeons and in a group setting. So we happened to be doing it during the time walking events that leveled her up so dang fast, which we've talked about on previous shows. But she still went back to Battle for Azeroth because she really liked the zone and she wanted to finish that story. So she's still there. She's level 80 and she's still there. She's just like, man, I'm kicking everything's butt now. And it's like, oh yeah, we got her some gear and now she's 80 and she's just one-shotting everything over there on her Warlock. But she's still taking her time and she's having a great time doing it. The game will have a tendency, Jibbs, to overwhelm you if you allow it to.
Yeah. Yeah, and honestly, I think you kind of hit the nail on the head. Be careful how much you allow yourself to take in at the beginning. Like, actively limit yourself to, if it were me, it'd be to actively limit myself. I would focus on a specific zone and focus on skills and my talents. That's it. That's really the core of it. It's love the world, love your class, and just focus on your, how that develops. So again, learning your skills, learning your talent, picking your talents, forget top tier build, forget what is so ingrained to so many people naturally these days. And that is what's relevant. I hear that all the time. Well, I don't know what's relevant. What's relevant is what you like, what you enjoy. So focus on like Kash said, the world, and I would add just learning your class, like he said too, focus on your class, and the rest of it, just let it come in time. Let it come in time. Focus on your zones that you're in. Have fun.
Right. And if you're concerned about dungeons, here's one very poignant tip that I will give you. If you're concerned or hesitant to get into a group dungeon setting, take advantage of the follower dungeons. That is the best simulation of what a real group would feel like that I've ever seen in any game. And basically what the follower dungeons are, you can queue up for them. You'll get almost an instant queue because your group mates will be AI. But that intelligence that they have is very much like how it will be in a regular dungeon, aside from the fact that they're not speeding along. You can cruise at whatever speed you want, and they will walk you through the dungeons, and you'll get to see the story, and you'll get to enjoy the dungeons.
Yep.
So
they're great.
It's a really good way to learn World of Warcraft dungeons if you have any hesitation to hopping into them.
Agreed. Well said. Yeah, Spitfire, thank you so much for the message. And welcome to Azeroth. So happy to have you here. It's awesome, dude.
Yep. And don't be afraid to reach out.
That's right.
We would be more than happy to help you, and it is great to see you.
Yeah, you are not a stranger. Sin asks, hey guys, as I said the other night, great to quote, see you guys again. They were at their live show. It sounds weird coming through the Vine, but I have missed you guys. As I was writing my review for AMR, I decided to just basically carbon copy my Lore Seekers review from years ago, which, by the way, folks, that was our ES show we ran from 2018 to 21. And he says, because, well, basically, it's all still relevant, applicable, and pretty freaking cool. It's a testament to the unnatural and pretty amazing bond you guys have that permeates the waves to the communities that you guys nurture. Great job, doesn't do it justice, but darn fine job regardless. Here's a question I deal with in WoW that I would love to hear your takes on because I feel I'm not alone and I'm going to be growing in brethren. I'm a jump in, jump out WoW altaholic. Oh, Do tell. Played solid from Beta Wrath with my wife until my twins were born, then by myself until Kata, then jumped back in for Miss, WAD, and Legion, leaving for about 2 months into BOA. Wow, they detailed it out. That was pretty impressive. After feeling the itch to jump back in later this year, I started listening to what old school podcasts remain and found Solo Queue. I love Dave. And he says, our friend Dave pulled me in full bore. My dilemma is, as an experienced a player as I am, I still feel overwhelmed with all the systems Blizzard hits us with to keep things fresh. FOMO always gets me to re-roll a tune and start over to get a feel for things, and I never catch up to modern content. I think this is the real question here. What pathways would you set out for a new/returning player to get the best of what's around while still feeling viable? Thanks for the years, and bless y'all for your efforts and talents. Sin. First off, Sin, you're incredibly kind, and thank you so much for the kind words. It is good to see you again.
Yes, very much so. Welcome back to Azeroth. We'll say that.
Yeah.
I think a lot of this answer will resonate in the answers that we had for Spitfire. Although I will say this, we have certainly been down this road. All the times that we've left, played some other games, and then came back to Warcraft. Jibbs and I will almost always roll a brand new tune to get back into the feel of things. And I think a lot of it is because the nostalgia really helps for the game to stick again. Mm-hmm. And so I would say, like, there's no bones about it. That's a great way to get back into the game, is to just re-roll a new tune and just go through stuff. But if you want to keep up on the latest systems and feel relevant, what I would suggest doing is play the game as a new player in the starting zones, whatever zone you decide, whether you start on Newbie Island or, the new player experience, or you just want to start leveling in a zone that you pick, a starter zone that you pick, play through that, pick an expansion about level maybe 10 to 15-ish, go to that expansion, start playing through that until you stop getting XP. There will be a point where your XP gain from the things that you're doing will exponentially slow down. And you will notice it. You'll be like, what the heck just happened? At that point, that's when you want to move to the latest expansion. And that's how we've done it for years. You're shaking your head like I'm...
No, I accidentally just deleted the entire show notes in a single setting. Thank God for undo while you were talking. I'm sorry. Continue.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw the whole screen go black, and I was like, yeah, he'll fix that.
Yeah, just ignore. It's my first time podcasting. I'm sorry. Podcasting, go ahead.
Congratulations on knowing Microsoft Word.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. But that's really that's what I would give you as advice. Start off and play whatever starting experience you want. Then around 10 to 15, pick an expansion, go to that expansion, level there. And then once you stop getting that experience, then you can move over to the brand new expansion. That'll be the right time for that. And then once you start going through the new expansion, like, there are several systems to get you leveled up. I mean, nowadays there's time walking, there's just dungeons period, there's delves, there's PvP if you're into PvP. You can level up through all those different experiences and numerous other ones too. Pick your poison, pick whichever one you like. For me, I love leveling in delves. If I'm going to level a new tune, I will go into delves and just crush them to try and push that level. I love leveling up my delve companion. I love getting the gear out of there. I love doing those weeklies in delves, and I'm really a huge delve fan, period. So that to me is a really good way to do it. And then, like, when my friends log on, time walking, we do dungeons. You get gear, you get uber fast experience in there. And remember, folks, the game doesn't begin at 80. The game begins at 1. But once you hit level 80, your further experience, your endgame experience begins when you hit 80. And that is a majority of your life in World of Warcraft is going to be 80 and beyond. But the journey to get there is whatever you make it. However slow you want to do it, enjoy it.
Everything Kash just said, Sin, 100%. He nailed it. Do those things. The way he said to do those things. I can't agree more. Thank you so much for the email. And hang out with us in Azeroth now. It's exciting. And we have information coming. Very, very soon. If you've seen that emote with the dog's nose smashed against the window. Very soon on our community and what that looks like for World of Warcraft. So more info coming very soon. Next up here from Rack. Now this is more of a feel-good story than actual question, but this was something that we wanted to share on the air. It's another one of those real how Azeroth brings people together kind of stories. Before we close out the show, they say, "Hello, Jibbs and Kash. I've been wanting to write in for a few weeks now, and I've finally carved out some time to sit down tonight and do so. I got turned on to your show on your launch day when Swaglock from the Warband posted in his Discord a recommendation for AMR. Swaglock, thank you so much for that. You're awesome. We love you, buddy.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Appreciate you. And I was immediately hooked. The vibe you bring, your message, your format and discussions, I found it all to be right up my alley and frankly inspiring. Both you and the Warband have recently inspired me to chase the challenge of attempting to get into podcasting myself. Well, welcome in. I love it. A buddy of mine and I are in the somewhat early stages of figuring out everything that goes into it, and we're getting close to recording a pilot episode. It's been an engaging challenge that I see bringing a lot of fun growth to both of us regardless of the ultimate outcome of it. But this really isn't why I wanted to write to you. I am writing because I have a story I was hoping to share with you both. Forgive me if this email ends up being a bit lengthy. I can be a bit long-winded when it comes to telling the story, as it's my favorite story of all time. In the last couple of episodes, though, you've discussed how couples have met in WoW, and even shared a story of another couple that wrote to you, and has inspired me to share my own story with you guys. Many years ago in 2008, Azeroth was knee-deep in fighting the Burning Crusade, and we were in the final fight against Kil'jaeden at the Sunwell. I was a guild leader of a small casual raiding guild that was nowhere near stepping foot in the Sunwell, but we had fun a couple of days each week, pushing Karazhan, the Eye, Magtherdon, and etc. as I was in my early 20s at the time and working during the day at a call center. I would play in the evenings typically, but on one fateful day, my usual schedule was abruptly interrupted. I showed up to work one morning only to get pulled off the call floor and laid off from my job. I had worked there for about 3 years, and I was devastated. I was sad and frustrated, and when I got home, it wasn't long until I hopped into WoW just looking to disconnect from the stressful situation of losing my job for a moment. I set out to do my dailies on the Isle of Quel'Danas. I started off with the quest that sent me to an area just off to the right of the zone into the Sunwell raid, where I needed to kill 15 or so particular Blood Elf mobs, if I recall. The zone was mostly empty, as it was fairly early in the day. However, there was an undead female warlock in the same area that clearly was working on the same quest that I set out to do. I soon found myself annoyingly in competition for kills with this warlock. You may recall back then, there was no shared credit on quest kills for everyone who tagged a mob. However, whoever damaged it first got the credit for themselves and anyone they were grouped with. Normally, I'm a pretty friendly and outgoing guy and want to believe that, well, I would just have invited the warlock to join my group to get the quest done quickly altogether. But, you see, I was having a rough day and not feeling particularly social. Instead, I locked in and found myself aggressively fighting with this warlock to tag mobs first. I was playing a Blood Elf Hunter and utilized my arcane shot to tag the mobs first. I absolutely dominated the silent competition we were in. No words were exchanged between the warlock and I, but it wasn't long before I finished, mounting up and riding off to the next quest. But as I left the warlock in the dust, it finally hit me. Guilt. All the way down to my stomach. And that voice in my head kicking in saying, quote, "This isn't you. You're having a rough day, but this isn't how you want to play this game. Go back and make it right," end quote. So I sent the Warlock a whisper, apologized for trying and succeeding to steal her kills, and offered to come back and help her finish the quest. She accepted. We got the quest done for her and then went on to do all the rest of the dailies on the island together. It wasn't long till I let go of my stress and found myself having fun getting to know a new friend. I learned that she had just recently hit level 70 and had never raided before. In fact, she claimed that she had only joined a group with anyone else once before for a dungeon that didn't go great and made her feel like maybe grouping with people in this game wasn't really for her. But being the charming kid that I was back then, well, it wasn't hard to convince her to give my guild of friendly adventurers a try, so she could have a better experience with grouping in the game. I had no idea at the time that this event was a spark to a flame that would grow into an absolute bonfire of life-changing events for us both. It's been nearly 18 years since that day. I still visit the Isle of Quel'Danas from time to time and just sit on the bridge near the area and reflect. Life has been a roller coaster together, but I don't believe either one of us would change a thing as we continue to love each other and the family we've built together. Anyways, thanks for letting me share. I know it's a long story, but I always enjoy an opportunity to share this with people. I look forward to your content every week and appreciate all you're doing for the community. Sincerely, Rack. Wow.
Yeah. I don't know if it was your reading of it or the content that Rack sent us, but I'm verklempt.
Oh.
Yeah. Here's a topic to discuss. The war in Bosnia, neither civil nor a war. Discuss.
Oh, man. I love stories like this. I love stories like this. And that, it's crazy to think that you can write something like that that says 18 years since that day. That's how long this game's been around. That's how long this game is impacting people. And that's how long and longer than that still that it, people have grown to love it. That's why we're here. We love it.
Yeah.
It's just awesome that they've been, congratulations to them.
Yeah. Yeah, they're doing good. I mean, that's the ultimate quest, right? It's the ultimate quest.
Yeah.
You meet an undead warlock in game, and all of a sudden it just sparks. It's a catalyst, and
it's true.
You end up with that person. They got a family together, still just rocking it strong. With life.
The other quest is you marry Jaina Proudmoore.
Yeah, buddy, that ship sailed for me. Ship sailed for me. Oh, Jaina.
Oh, Jaina.
Yep. I love my wife. I love my wife a lot.
I love my like you repeat it. I love my wife. I love my wife. I love my wife.
Is that reminding myself that I love my wife? Certainly over a cartoon character in a game. But yes, friends, I freely admit it. If there is any game character that has my heart through and through, it is Jaina Proudmoore. And she's way above my level, so it's never going to happen. Okay, let's get back to Rack's email.
Deeper. Rack, congratulations. Thank you so much for sending this kind of story to us. Folks, if you have a story like this as well, send it to us because we love seeing this kind of stuff. And honestly, if it doesn't make it in the emails, it may make it in the I had to think of the name of the segment. Forgot the name. Heroes Callboard. But
Heroes Callboard.
Rack, that's one heck of a story. I love it. I love it.
It is. Me too, and thank you for sharing that with us. And I wonder if, I want an update. Are you guys still playing World of Warcraft together? And I mean, hey, after 18 years, right, since that day, your kiddos are maybe old enough to start playing. I don't know. I mean, there's got to be other people out there like me who have been playing World of Warcraft for a long, long time, and their kids are now playing World of Warcraft, which is crazy. Don't blink, take a lot of pictures, and kiss your damn kids, because that time goes by so freaking fast.
Yep.
Yeah,
it does.
There'll be a time where I start measuring my daughter's age off of World of Warcraft expansion releases. Warcraft has been there for me the whole time.
Yeah.
So why not?
Yeah. Yeah. I know we kind of said it earlier, but it's stuff like this that makes me look forward to connecting with these people, and connecting with all of you listeners in a way that is people that you can relate with, and people that, that come from all over, like Azerothians from literally all over the world, to bring everybody together. And I would love to chat with Rack. That's awesome.
Yeah, I certainly would. And if you're a World of Warcraft player from Kazakhstan, I would love to connect with you and welcome you and thank you for listening to our show. So we can have one stat. One stat.
You just want that one analytic.
One stat from Kazakhstan. That's all I'm asking. It's not much. Even if you go to Kazakhstan to visit, download our show. Just once.
All right, folks, we're going to go to commercial break. We'll be right back in just a second to finish out the show.
This is the notice board, preparing you for the week ahead in Azeroth. Good morning, travelers. This is Zidormi, speaking from a moment you may remember, with today's posted notices and temporal advisories. First on the board, WoW Remix Legion remains in progress. This return to the Legion era continues through January 19th of this year, offering accelerated leveling, familiar campaigns, and unique rewards throughout its duration. Next, a notice from the Bronze Dragonflight. Turbulent Timeways remains active. Completing consecutive time-walking dungeons will continue to grant knowledge of timeways, increasing experience gained. The time-walking quest, currently available now, awards a heroic cache of Nerubian treasures. Please collect it while the timeline holds. The Darkmoon Fair is presently in town through January 11th. Heirlooms, mounts, toys, transmogrification gear, and profession activities are available. And don't forget, the carousel continues to grant experience and reputation benefits. Effective today, Outland time-walking dungeons are open to adventurers level 71 and above. Burning Crusade dungeons and the Black Temple are accessible under time-walking conditions with loot scaled appropriately. Finally, PvP Brawl Comp Stomp is now active. Battleground simulations against automated opponents are available. The results will be decisive. Those are today's postings. Take your time. The week will unfold as it always does. This has been Zidormi, and this was the notice board.
All right, everybody. This was episode 15 of AMR. Thank you so much for hanging out with us here at Azeroth Morning Radio. And if you enjoyed your time here, first off, thank you so much for hanging out. Push and play. It means really the world to us. But also, folks, this is where we really rely on you to, number one, spread the word about AMR. If you enjoyed your time here, share it in your Discord. Share it with a friend. Because that's how we grow, honestly, is word of mouth. And we really, really do appreciate it. But also, please leave us a review, because your review tells other gamers, other Warcraft fans, if this show is for them. And it really does help us out. In the grand scheme of worlds where algorithms and all that stuff helps, it certainly does help us. And we really do appreciate your guys' support. It means the world to us. So you can always visit our website at AzerothMorningRadio.com. Full episode transcripts are there. You can learn more about Kash and myself, and you can always get in contact with us directly over email there on the contact page. Kash.
Friends, as you know, the show is about the community. We do not have a show without you. So we want to hear from you, want to keep in touch with you. And as Jibbs said before, we are working on some ways to make that more of a reality and make this more of a personal thing between us and the folks who choose to press play for our show. Until then, and even after that, you can email us at AzerothMorningRadio@gmail.com. You can catch us on Facebook at Azeroth Morning Radio. You can watch you can see our episodes on YouTube at Azeroth Morning Radio, and you can catch us on Twitch, twitch.tv/Azeroth Morning Radio. And don't forget, we're starting to see a lot more of it now, and it makes me very happy. Send us topics. If you got something you want us to discuss, something you think we're missing, let us know. Because there's a pretty dang good chance it's going to make it on the show.
All right.
Why are you giggle face right now?
Because you said, forgive me, folks, but you said our shit is about the community instead of our show is about.
Yeah. I mean, all the shit we do is about the community. Did I really say that? Oh my God, the dementia's setting in. This is effed.
Oh, I'm great. I love you all. Have a great week in gaming. I'll see you back here at AMR. Oh, man.
Friends, go watch the Barons Boys. Do yourself a favor. Yeah, man.
Job's done.